Do you guys remember the issue of React World with the Fine Bros? Well, if not, here's a quick recap.
We are excited to announce React World, which is a first-of-its-kind program that allows people and companies to license all our popular shows online so that anyone, even you watching right now, can create your own versions in a fully legal way and be part of a new and exciting global community.
In entertainment industry terms, when you create a version of a show based on someone else's format, this is called licensing, which many TV shows have done over time. For example, Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent. It's the same show format, but licensed legally to be created in other locations. So with React World, we've created a new way to license formats in the digital age.
The issue people had with the Fine Bros was the way in which they proposed licensing their formats. The video they put out suggested they would be censoring people online, forcing any React channel to have to pay for their content. This was not really their intent. It was to protect the way in which they made their content, as the format was quite unique. They wanted to protect what they had made while still allowing others to do the same. Personally, I feel if marketed slightly differently, the Fine Bros would have been able to do this. However, this was not the case. Returning to one of the points they raised got me thinking.
Part of why we believe this initiative is important is due to witnessing many creators, ourselves included, having their shows and formats blatantly stolen by companies and people, both online and on television. And we implore everyone not to support those companies and channels. When you notice someone ripping someone's format off, don't stand for it.
They were very strongly against the idea that people were ripping off the formats other people had made. I feel like many of you would agree it's pretty shit to see someone blatantly copy something you've done whilst having a lot of success doing it. This brings me on to the main topic of this video, which is uniqueness. Recently I was watching one of my favourite channels called CinemaSins. I watched most of their videos, so I'm quite happy to see when new content is released. After watching one of their recent videos, I noticed that there was another video in the suggested tab which I hadn't seen before. After clicking on it and watching for about 20 seconds, I suddenly realised I wasn't actually watching CinemaSins, but a completely unrelated channel which goes by the name of Cinema Wins. It had taken me so long to realise this because the Imposter channel had an identical format, very similar thumbnails, and an almost identical name, the only difference being it concentrated on the pros rather than the cons in films. It was at this point that I was pretty pissed off and went to the About tab to see what this channel had to say for itself. My channel is inspired by CinemaSins. I use a similar format specifically to be their opposite. I'm in no way saying that their sin videos are wrong or anything but amazing and hilarious. This raises a big issue in my opinion. That issue being the difference between being inspired by something and copying something. I personally believe in this case this channel hasn't only been inspired by CinemaSins, but has also blatantly copied the channel to the degree that the thumbnails are the same, the format's the same, and the name is almost the same. To me that doesn't say inspiration, that says blatant copying. To take it a step further, this channel is basically getting free advertising from the CinemaSins label because of the association that it has with CinemaSins. If the guy wanted to create a channel which was opposite of CinemaSins, in my opinion he should have done it slightly differently, where he markets the channel differently, he advertises differently, he calls it slightly differently, not where the name is only one letter different to the CinemaSins label. Yes, it was doing the opposite of CinemaSins, so it wasn't copying the idea, but using an identical format, which was blatantly taken from CinemaSins, that's not on. Here's my question for you. Should, in an ideal world, this channel be allowed to produce content under an identical format? Let me know your opinion in the comments down below. So, to recap, what I see wrong with this channel, the name of the channel is almost identical to CinemaSins, only having one letter difference. The thumbnails are almost identical and the format is identical. So, to anyone viewing the channel, they would immediately believe that this channel was associated with the CinemaSins channel. So should this really be allowed? I'll leave it for you to decide. One thing's for sure, it's a pretty stingy marketing tactic to basically rip off someone else's idea and use their image to promote your own. Thanks for watching, guys.
We will make America great again!